How you doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I hope you have a good day.
Hope you have a better week.
I hope your month is full of successful days and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother.
I hope your whole fucking year is spectacular.
Oh, you hope my year is spectacular?
Yeah.
You got something you want to say?
You got something?
Next month is the month for love. And any kind of love that you want to have. Like love when you see a couple and you're like, you know what? I'll have what they're having. Or on the other side, the love where like you got to fight for it. You want to play for it. And even if we win, maybe you'll say, you know what? Double or nothing. Because it wasn't over. It still isn't over. You're going fight after round, just yelling your significant other's name. That's the kind of love I want. The kind of love that like you just say, I just can't quit you. I just can't do it. Like that's what it is. All love is great. You know, there's one exception. There is one exception. When there's room on the damn door. When there's room on the damn door. With that, for Paige, for Drew, for DJ, and for Marisol and Lan, we are out. What up, family? It's your boy Amarú, and I have come around to think maybe there wasn't room on the door.
There was. It's been scientifically proven. Don't you?
Yeah, it's proven. There was room on the door.
Fine. I was trying to be nice. I don't know. We'll get to that later. What's going on? You've joined this bite-sized breakdown, reverse double stuffed Oreo, as somebody else says, because of this lady right here and this CP time Negro right here who continue to make us a little. We'll talk about that later. What's going on? Y'all are back for another episode of One Gotta Stay. I'm on CP time because this lovely episode all about love is a week late. But you know what? I feel the love all year, and that's what we're going to do today. There are plenty of movie couples that you absolutely love, and I know there's a couple I left out, but I said let's talk about 6 that kind of are a big deal. We got Jack and Rose from Titanic, Rocky and Adrian from Rocky, of course, Noah and Allie from The Notebook, Q and Monica. For those of y'all who don't know who that is, shame on you, from Love and Basketball. Mm-hmm. Harry and Sally, again, self-explanatory, and Jack and Ennis from Brokeback Mountain. We're talking about love today. We're seeing who's the best movie couple, or at least the one we think should stay above them all. And joining me, as always, is today's token white person, Ryan O'Regan. I see you, sir. But she's here today with us. My ride or die, my road dog on this One Gotta Stay journey is Miss Paige Frabetti. Paige, how are you?
You know, fabulous. I'm excited to talk about love today. Hopefully my takes aren't too hot, but just like how love is just like a burning flame, my takes like to be like that. So we shall see where it goes today.
We shall see. We've already had one page reference before the show because somebody was like, I'm going to pull a page and switch my list. But they did it not the day of.
It wasn't me.
They did it the day before. And you know what? I actually changed my list an hour ago, but I'm the host, so I can do that. So
isn't she the co-host technically? Can't she do that? Can't she do that by the same logic?
She can do that before the show starts, not after. But anyway, the man who also just happens to be here all the time anyway, one Mr. Matt Thomas.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks beat his Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday without Jalen Brunson. Made me happy.
Yo. Time out.
Anyway.
I have not talked shit to you all year. And
not shit talking, just facts.
No. Fuck you.
Y'all are still number 2. We are not number 2. So it's okay. We have the worst record. But how are you? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Tired. Just been working nonstop. Had to watch a ton of movies I hadn't seen before to do this list, and now I have to watch a ton of movies that I haven't seen for a screening tomorrow. So yeah. It's great.
Kung Fu Panda as well.
Yeah, I have never seen the second or third one, so
I've never seen any of them.
The first one since it came out, however many years ago that was. So like,
it holds up. It holds up.
It does. It very much does. But who else holds up all the time? Always coming in to save the day for us. One Miss Jeannine, the Machine Brice. Jeannine, always a pleasant face. Always just a bright star when you're coming in. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. This was a pretty unique list. Like some of the couples weren't super obvious, so I'm really excited to see where everyone's heads are at. And shout out to Brandon Hanna. He put out an episode of Film Physics today that broke down Titanic and the door. So if you really want to know the truth, He's got the science.
Yes, Brandon. I've tried to get that man on the show so much, and it just never happened. One day. But one other man, again, CP time. You want to know why we were late? Well, this guy, and then he didn't have on the all black, and I said he should have, and then he made us wait another 30 seconds, and I said no, we're not waiting.
You could.
Yo, at least he looks good. At least he looks good.
He does.
He looks like Cam Newton right before he threw 3 grown men from his side. What is the chance, Ellison? Chance, how are you feeling?
I was shocked to get invited to this one, but I am happy to be here.
Are you not a person of love? What's going on here?
It depends on who you ask, but yeah.
Chance, there's someone on this panel he can ask my.
Well, anyway,
is that the outfit you don't wear, homie?
Probably not.
Oh,
no idea what's going on here, and I'm just gonna let it be. And
We'll
you know what? Yeah, we'll break it down later. But what we're gonna break down now, these are all veterans of the show, so we're just gonna kick it off, get it started. Let's see who's kicking us off, saying who's our number 4, their number 4, and we're going to the man over on the other side, Matt. Matt, who is your number 4?
well, besides this being a pretty white list, I'm just going. The number 4 is the one we've already been bitching about because there's room on that door, and that's Jack and Rose.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Number 4.
Already screwing up.
I pulled this shit up. Oh, 4.
Always 4. You've done this so many times.
Oh, Matt.
Wow.
Matt. You've done this so many times.
We ain't learned to count this, okay?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
His 4 is Noah and Allie.
Look, I'm just not a Notebook fan. I really am not. And it's so over cliche, so overplayed. By the time I just watched this movie for the first time, by the time I watched it, I was like, "Is it done yet?" Amarú, remember how I said there was one movie on this list that I had sworn to never watch, and I'm watching it for your show? It was this. So,
well, Matt doesn't have a heart that we all just found out because what this love story. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but
I've seen enough love stories with other Black films that are better than this.
I mean, I'll talk about it later, but this movie is just so fucking manipulative. Like,
yes,
they push like every single sad movie cliche right down your throat. Like, just trying to like wring you like a fucking towel.
That's Nicholas Sparks for you.
Yeah, but
that's Nicholas Sparks
good.
And relationships are hard, but they shouldn't be this
hard. They shouldn't be this hard. And also, like, if he didn't look, first of all, if he didn't look like Ryan Gosling, he would totally be like a serial killer or some shit, right? you wrote this bitch every day for a year. And you ain't heard shit back. Secondly, what did James Marsden do to deserve this kind of disrespect? He didn't do nothing.
Man's always getting cuckolded.
Man's always
getting Gray, Allie.
Yes.
Hey,
the whitest struggle love couple.
Hey,
Ellison and Enchanted, he ended up getting the girl.
Yeah, he got a dub Zim, so that's good for him. But damn, man, James Marsden ain't deserve to catch a body like this. That ain't fair.
I really though, number 4. Does anybody else have Noah and Allie at number 4?
Not at 4, no.
No, not at 4. Not at 4. So that's fine. We'll move it on. I'll tell you this. This is a pretty we spread love around. I saw the list and I was like, ooh, a lot of people with a lot of different things. I'm just gonna say sorry now, Paige. Go ahead.
No boy.
Yep, I look like a horrible person. So my number 4 is.
She picked the black couple.
I knew it.
Do you see who you're on a panel with, man?
I know. I didn't know this beforehand, and now I look even worse. I look more pale now.
Hey, why do you always look anti-black whenever I'm on a stream with you? Every time.
We're not that far out of Black History Month, Paige.
We were supposed to do this during Black History Month.
And I love every single person on screen, by the way. And I have good relations with all of them. So no one think otherwise. But yeah, just if me, no, this was like a hard list, I thought. And I think Love and Basketball is a good movie. Like, I haven't watched it in a little bit. But you can kind of play both sides of these people. I don't want to say them being, what's the word I'm looking for? they kind of just like too full. Not I don't want to say full of themselves, but kind of in the sense that yes, maybe
egotistical.
Yes, that's yes. Does anyone else agree with me kind of on that?
No! Have you met black folk?
No, but I mean, like,
I agree to an extent.
Yes,
but for me, that was kind of like the biggest obstacle that they had to overcome. And
yeah. I mean, and I think to me, and like they do have a beautiful.
You had that at 4-2, Rue. You had that at 4-2.
I'm sorry I threw you in front of the bus, Paige, but I had to throw you in front of the bus before I had to say.
I had to take the
hate crime. This is a hate crime.
And Monica at number 4.
Rue,
and I
your
tell
black
you this,
card is rescinded.
Okay.
And I tell you this,
Officer self-hatred.
Okay,
No.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I've grown up around basketball my entire life. I've grown up around athletes my entire life. I have never met an athlete when it comes to romance with another athlete where a relationship isn't like this. I am sorry. Like,
and you know what? That is the reason I had them as low as I had them, because they need to figure that shit out. Now, I will say this.
They do.
It is. That is true.
And they use basketball, the thing that was giving them the egos, to do it.
It's beautiful.
Perfect.
I love it. I absolutely do love it.
It is the most
full circle.
I will say it is full circle. They do come back. And you know what? I'll tell you this. I usually don't give it away, but I'll tell you this. They were higher, and then I had to switch it just because of things.
I'm going to kill you.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
And if this is real basketball players, because I'm a basketball player, y'all need to figure this out. Q is toxic as shit.
Mm-hmm.
That man got mad at her for not wanting to miss her curfew in freaking college basketball. Dude, get over yourself.
He admits later that was a wrong choice. He was going through some stuff. Dennis Haysbert was fucking shit up. Like, he was not in a good place.
Homie,
he was not in a good place.
Tell me there's not been one point in life you take your anger out on what's going on in life and the person you care about. It happens
don't ask that of me.
Everyone.
You don't ask that of me, because I don't do that. My wife is over there, and that she will confirm that has never happened in my entire life.
He was not in good hands with Dennis Haysbert. That's not his fault.
He is not in
the
commercials
lied to us, goddammit. They were not in good hands. They were not in good hands.
Here's the other thing about it, though. It took him forever. Yeah. He damn near married Tyra Banks and drug Tyra Banks along because of his vindictive ass couldn't let it go. He couldn't let it go.
He was ready to let it go, and then he realized that game was the thing that brought them together, and he wasn't going to let it go for that reason, and that game is the reason they're going to make it.
They needed therapy. 100%. And you know what? I'll take that back. You needed therapy.
The court was their therapy.
No, I will say every couple on this list 100% needs therapy. I think every couple on this list could definitely benefit from therapy.
Well,
one got together on a fucked up situation.
But for me, though, like,
go ahead.
Like the love story, like it is a nice love story, but for me it wasn't as impactful as some of the other ones on the list. It didn't hit me as like into the chest as much as like some of the others that we'll talk about.
If there's one couple above this page, we are done as friends. I swear to God. I swear we are done as friends. There's one couple that you have above this there's one couple you put above Q and Monica, we're done as friends. I swear to God. We are done as friends.
Here's the deal. That movie was my childhood. Their love story impacted me. But as I grew up, I understood it had to take the woman of the relationship to say, we need to stop fucking around and do this right now. I'm playing you forward where we need it. And he, I will admit, going hard and then saying double or nothing, that was a nice move. That was a real nice move.
That one line.
He did try to reach out. He said he called her, and then she like tried to pretend like she didn't get his call. So he tried to reach out. He tried to reach out.
Toxic. He tried to make it right, and she didn't answer his call. I'm so glad. I'm so glad they made it. But my gosh, get your shit together, please.
They got this shit together.
They got their shit
quicker.
Hey, hold on. You can't say quicker when they were only 22, 23 years old when they decided to get their shit together.
They were kids. They were kids. They were trying to figure
It's not like they were 30. They were 22, 23 years old. And they're like, you know what? We're going to finally make this work for real.
Wait, real quick, because they were only 22 or 23 at that time. Because that nigga, you look 30. You look 30 at that time.
Let me correct my math. 24, 25. Because it's 5 years after he gets drafted. He gets drafted at 19 years old. So that's 24, 25 range.
Okay. Okay. I'll give him a little bit more leeway, but man, Omar Epps was the oldest looking 25-year-old with a broken knee.
He was the oldest looking 18-year-old. That don't mean shit.
Anyway, it's just me and Paige. I'm gonna lead. There's no guessing whether or not it is or not. It's just us two. Paige, thank you for taking that bullet for me because I needed you in front of me.
You always throw
the blasphemy.
You owe me next.
Rodo.
I'm calling him out.
Hey, this is our reparations. This is our former reparations right here.
Hey, well, who needs to repair their shit according to you, Chance? Who's your number 4?
Yeah, this is actually really tough. The top 4, especially. I think 4. I went with Harry and Sally.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
Why?
I think that they're actually very similar to another couple that was on. Actually, I can say because like we'll go into it next. They're very similar to Q and Monica for me, whereas like it's a relationship that was built over time. I just think that I like the competitive edge and like the whole like back and forth with Q and Monica more in basketball than I did with Harry and Sally. I think that they're very similar in that like they take place over a long time frame. It's a lot of like familiarity there. I think that Harry and Sally are really great. It's just a matter of like somebody's got to be 4, so and it ended up being them.
That's what happened with Q and Monica, but I also had things for them anyway.
Yeah, you also had issues that you need to sit out there. I got no issues Harry and Sally. I think it's great. I think the whole aspect of them like starting as like friends and having that chemistry build over time, and that like kind of like magnets attracted to each other like that I think really works. I think it makes it more relatable. I think that makes it really endearing in that kind of way. I just think Q and Monica had that a little bit better.
Well, the whole thing with Harry Met Sally is that he didn't think that they could be friends. Like, I will get into it later.
Yeah, I will. Look, I don't know. Jeannine, you're the only one left. So do you agree with him or do you have a different choice?
I went a different way, and I went with Ennis and Jack. It's okay.
Jeannine,
beautiful love story.
I had him lower.
Beautiful love story. Happy for them, but how these women were not in a good place with this situation, the deception and all of that. It's just ill-fated. Like, there's no way this could ever be.
Jeannine,
so
yes,
that's the point.
Yes.
And then just it can't work.
But
putting these women through this, like having to hide, and it's just an ill-fated relationship. You can't get anything good, a good ending to that in any capacity at that time. So
that's why. I'll get to later, but that's
I think it's a beautiful love story. Works. So it's kind of in the middle, but how they did these women dirty, the fact that it's just you can't. It can't be. That's it can never be. Cowboys, okay? They can't be together the way they want to be together. Just all the heartache and hurt there. It's just it's a little too dark.
Jeannine, you make me so happy because I felt bad putting them at 5 and knowing somebody has them almost as low as me.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all for living your truth and finding yourself, but you don't do it at the expense of others and hurting others.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like if it's agreed upon between a couple,
yes, but you do not beard these fine ass women in a little situation.
Like Q did with Tyra Banks. But anyway,
that's a little bit of a different situation.
He reached out. She didn't answer. So he ain't gonna wait around. He's gonna move on, even though he's still feeling the feelings.
Let's just recap and move it on real quick. Everybody almost had a different list. Me and Paige had Q and Monica at 4. Jeannine had Jack and Ennis, not a hate crime. Trust me. Matt had Noah and Allie, and also gave away his 5 and 6 very quickly. He's having a rough day because he knows better most of the time. And Chance had Harry and Sally, but I think you've been on more than maybe anybody except Paige. But anyway, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna keep moving on. And you know what? Paige, pile it on.
You know what? I'll kind of piggyback on what Jeannine just said, and I have the 2 boys as well at number 3.
Oh my God!
Don't get me wrong. I love a heartbreaking love story, but to me, it's kind of like what you said though. It just for them, it just wasn't right place, right time. Like they found the ones that they loved at a point in their life that it just couldn't work, kind of in a sense. And then obviously it turned into a very devastating situation. But I mean, I don't know what it is. I just love tragic like love stories kind of like this. And it's kind of sad when you always see it's always the queer love stories that always are the most like heartbreaking, which kind of sucks. So I wish they could have been a little bit more happiness throughout the film. But when they are together, you see that they are like, they do love each other. It just couldn't work out because
the time,
the era, where they are in life, like location wise, like in a sense, like it just would not work out. Yes. Am I the only one?
Is she the only one? Is she yeah, you're the only one with
I
Jack
thought
and
me and we would have had the same list.
Same?
I thought you were gonna go with it.
No, you'll find out later. But you know what? We're gonna keep it going. Matt, where's your number 3?
All right, my number 3 is gonna catch some hate, but it's just because how this couple,
brother, down.
How this couple had ended up together in the first place was always weird as shit to me. Even ever since I was a kid and saw this movie, where it was essentially the brother treated her like a cattle, and that was Rocky and Adrian, because motherfucker essentially traded her for a favor, and it's just never sat right with me. It turned out all right in the end, but damn.
Message.
I haven't used that in a long time, but it seemed like the perfect opportunity.
Now you have the hottest takes.
Go back and watch the first Rocky film. Go back and watch the first Rocky film.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like,
straight up, Paulie treats her like cattle just because he knows Rocky has a crush on her. It is awkward as shit.
Yeah, but she's like the ugly duckling, and he like saw the beauty in her.
Bro, if you try to tell me Talia Shire's an ugly duckling, and you got
I'm not saying she is, but I'm just saying like they portrayed her like that.
Hey. As someone who's a fan, she's all that, Matt. You can't pull that.
No,
card.
Matt, I agree with you. I 100% agree with what you're saying, because
so do I.
How I went about my criteria, I always kind of pick a criteria to base my decisions on, and mine was kind of the foundation of these relationships. How did they start? What did they have to build from? And despite Rocky and Adrian having a really interesting way, like they're very limited in how they speak, but they found this really beautiful way to communicate with each other. They have incredible communication. There's a lot of trust and respect there, and they always talk things out. So I love that about them, but always just how that relationship started is just so inky that I can't. The foundation is just a little sloppy for me.
Every other factor is why they ended up so high.
Yes.
But because of how it started, it's like, I feel like it's like the 1800s. Here, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this cow in exchange for your daughter. That's what it seemed like.
That's what it was so giving that. It was so
Y'all are basically explaining why Q and Monica and Rocky and Adrian switched for me, because Rocky and Adrian were my number 4. And Q and Monica were my 3, and I switched them because I remembered watching Rocky, and seeing how they got together, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? How does this become a relationship? Where are we going here?" And then
And like the first kiss is so fucking awkward. It looks like he's about to rape her.
Gross little apartment. He's getting all close and trying to take off her glasses, and she don't know what to do. And
It's
it's
so
just
cute.
like,
It's so cute.
No, it's not. Notice the only person saying it's cute on this panel right now is white.
Oh my god.
Sis hasn't said anything.
It
Sis
has
has
nothing to
said not
do
a
with the
word.
color of their
I have
skin. I'm just saying their relationship is like they.
Because I'll get into it. I'm Rocky Agent higher. I do disagree, and I will talk into why later in the show.
Here's the thing. Here, like again, I had Rocky and Adrian at 4 because of that start, but then I remembered. Okay, well, he learned to read because of her. He made her stick up for herself. And then I thought about Creed, where like he went through her cancer and then he goes to her grave at like every single day to talk to her.
I know everything else is great, but then he doesn't even on Thanksgiving, he could have stepped in more to defend her ass in that situation, and he really just kind of hung back. I didn't like that either.
So that is
the man fights all day. He don't want to come back and do it some more at home.
For the woman he loves, he would. For the
hours a
woman that
day
he's so in love with, he should.
Try punching me for 8 hours.
Man was literally having stalker vibes most of the beginning of that. I ain't fucking with that.
But again, that is why they're there, and like they finished strong. They had a really, really good ending, and Q and Monica finished strong too. But there was just so much shit in the middle where I wanted to shake the shit out of them.
Bro, there's so much shit in the beginning. I'd rather deal with the shit than the
It's not that big though, as
That's why I switched them. Again, this is very hard. That's why I do this. But that's why Rocky and Adrian are number 3. Chance, you're the last one coming through here. So you don't have Rocky and Adrian.
I did not. I had Q and Monica here.
See, not too far away from me. Not too far.
But not at 4. 4 seems disrespectful. At least on my podium. At least get the bronze medal. So you know what? Look, and like I said, I think that Q and Monica and Harry and Sally, like actually very similar in a way. Like
I think
we're
the
build
on
up
the same
over
thought.
time.
Yeah, the friendship, because that's the foundation for me that had me kind of deciding between the two of them, because the foundation of friendship is really strong with both of them.
But I think I lean Q and Monica because like I like the whole competitive edgeness to it. I think it adds like a different flavor, a different spice, a different energy to that relationship that I didn't get from Harry and Sally. And also like the ending to that movie, I think is incredible. Like I think that where he just like or I think he just when he just steps on her. And then she walks away and you turn around like that fucking line, double or nothing. The one line that made every black woman in America stand up and say, like, "Oh Lord!" Like that was. Like,
and then he learns from his mistakes, and he can sit back with their little baby and let her shine.
Add that song
without the
ego.
that
song right there. I have my own reason why a woman's work is just traumatic for me, so it doesn't help me. But that's my own life and my own thing. That is, if I said it, it'd be legitimate, so you would understand. But that is very true. A woman's work, still a banger of a song.
But yeah, that's basically the reason I had Q and Monica over Harry and Sally, because I like that competitive edge to it.
All right. Well, let's just keep that moving. Keep it going. Quick recap before we get into the meat of everything. Jeannine, and Matt just couldn't stand the beginning of Rocky and Adrian's story, so they were at 3. Paige also believed that Jack and Ennis were a little too dark with number 3, and then Chance, just circumstance, bronze medal. We got Q and Monica down at number 3 for him. So before we get into all of the low spots and the high spots, everybody, please go to bitesizebreakdown.com. Got a lot of great things going on. Awards coverage out the wazoo as the Oscars are next week. We just had the Dune 2 Part 2 reviews come out. Mine should be out now as well because I was a little late. And look out for a whole bunch of other ones. Top 5 sci-fi adaptations. Speaking of Dune, check us out and check out a new show that might be coming fairly soon where you see a lot more of us and other people that we love as well. It's going to be really nice. But you know what? Enough with the niceties. We will see, Nick. We shall see whether or not they're 5 and 6. We're going to get into that right now. So let's just start with me and going to my number 5 and 6. Come on. So Jack and Ennis are just violent.
I'll give you half a clap. Well, Jack and Ennis. Oh no,
they are just. I understand the circumstance of their time, But my gosh, I watched that movie and all they do is fight, fuck, and then fight some more. There was not. I don't know what love y'all saw there. I saw lust.
Exactly.
I saw like fiery passion, but love.
Lust and fucking over beautiful women. That's all they did.
And then what they did with other people, I get it. I 100% get it. You couldn't be together because of where you were at. But my gosh, were there better ways to deal with that? And then you know what? Jack and Rose, since y'all brought that back and confirmed to me that he could have been on the door. One, I don't know why, but just I am not a fan of going back and watching Titanic. I really don't like the song.
Because it's 3 goddamn hours and it fucking sucks. That's why.
Yeah, and they get collateral damage of me just like not understanding. I understand the hype. I just didn't care for them. I don't at all. And he should be alive. So you're number 5, Paige. Here you go.
What?
Whoa. I did not see that coming at 6.
Yeah, honestly, I think their bickering is like actually quite annoying to me. And I'm referring to Harry and Sally.
More annoying than Allie and fucking Noah.
Right?
No, I think their love story is like
Paige, you are
beautiful.
proven to be a basic white bitch right now.
Come on, man. This is a little too. Oh, well, never mind.
It is what it is. But yeah, to me, it's just, I don't know. I just find them annoying and their bickering annoying. Like, I do like the movie's okay to me, but like the relationship is just like whatever. Like, when I'm thinking of like the ultimate like movie, like couple and their love story, this one does not come to mind for me. And for Jack and Rose, man, that was just like a one night stand that was like went horribly wrong. And they were on a ship that just ends up just going down. And yeah, maybe if they were just smart enough and realized, let's try to get on the door at the same time on the opposite sides, maybe we can balance it out. Yeah, they just like weren't thinking. So for me, that was just like a one night stand of love and lust that did not go as planned.
Well, yeah, we're gonna keep that hate train going. Jeannine.
Oh my God.
Yes. I mean, I'm not picking the girl who fucked a guy on a cruise and like fell in love with him. Like I still feel bad and I want justice for Rose's actual husband who is in the afterlife waiting for her ass, and then she spends her afterlife with her fucking cruise hookup. Like, no.
Right.
Yeah, true that. I didn't even think of that.
This dude for what, a week? Like,
not even like 3 days. 3 days.
3 days.
I'm in the like speed mentality of relationships don't last that have these extreme circumstances. Like, literally, they met because she was trying to kill herself and throw herself off the ship. And then these two, all they do is fight and bicker. Terrible foundation for a relationship. I think the only thing they really found in each other was they thought each other was hot. I didn't see much like substance besides the physical attraction. And how he got her by like hanging off the Ferris wheel thing and threatening her to go out with him. That's not a good look either. So just toxic.
It's kind of cute though when a man would go to the extreme for you, you know?
It's
I don't know.
Terrible foundation for both of these. That's when
they look like Ryan Gosling.
Terrible foundation. I'm sorry.
That's not an excuse, Paige.
That's
no, it's
not enough.
The
chat is throwing a lot of hate for Jack and Rose. So Matt, just like keep it going.
Hell yeah. Nah, like we said earlier, the whole screwing over women, that's I couldn't even put Jack and Ennis in top 3. Jack and Rose, same reason. It's just a hookup, bro. Like it's a cruise line hookup. She's supposed to end. I think it's been so long since I watched Titanic. You're welcome, Nick. It's a fling. It's a fling. It's adultery. You have to say, like
it's like Allie and Rose are literally just slumming it with the poor boys because they never got to go have fun and be free before or get to make their own decisions.
It's just
they're just slumming it.
I don't get it. Like people are like, oh, trust James Cameron. I can trust James Cameron to make a 3-hour movie that most people think is some masterpiece, and you either love it or you think it's mid as all hell. For example, I love the Avatar movies. I think Titanic is mid as all hell. I love Aliens. I've never seen True Lies, so I can't. But
I don't think you like True Lies. I'm being completely honest. I don't think you like True Lies.
I pre-ordered it on 4K just on a whim, thinking I'd like it. But that's the point. But anyways, it's so meh. It's like he said, like Nick said, they know each other for like 10 minutes. I love Leo. This movie, while I do not care for the love story, it inspired me to become a Titanic historian in elementary school, and I loved diving into the history of the Titanic after it.
Nice.
But otherwise, I could care less about the goddamn love story. Like most 7-year-olds who discover this movie, I was like, oh, boobs.
Yeah,
basically.
Jack and Rose on their own are great characters, but together, like, this is not a strong love story.
Yep.
No.
And they manipulate you into thinking it is.
And Chance, well, you're just gonna keep that going, aren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't even argue they're great characters. I think like they're like one-note caricatures, and yeah, everything you just said. I'm not going to bring up the whole door thing because look, we both got fit. Two things I will bring up was one, you try once. Like if at first you don't succeed,
they can fit on the door. It just won't float. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you guys aren't.
But like, take turns. Give him the life vest. Do something. Secondly, I will mention Rose is the biggest villain of the 90s that nobody talks about.
Yes.
This bitch betrays the real hero of the movie, Billy Zane. You know, respect.
No, we're not going to go that far.
Yes, he's the real hero. But not only that,
he's...
screws over a lot of people in the future. She has this fucking priceless necklace that she says, you know what? Fuck it. Take it, fish. Screw you, all the poor and sorry people of the world. You don't need that money. Like, if you don't want it, give it to your granddaughter, give it to the poor, do something. Secondly, with Allie and Ryan Gosling, Noah. Everything that's been said about these couples already been said. They bicker, they argue. It's a relationship that's not built on a very good foundation. Not built on. It's built on mutual attraction, and it's also built on like it's like contrived romance. Like it's just like putting all these like standard romance tropes together in an effort to just like wring tears out of you. And yeah, I don't jive with that. I think Nicholas Sparks is a fucking hack writer, and I'm glad his movie stopped making money, so I don't got to keep saying to him anymore. But yeah.
Yeah. He talks about how hard it's going to be, and it just shouldn't be that hard. Relationships are hard, but not that hard.
No, not really, though. I didn't agree 100% because I haven't brought them up. But I will say, Jonathan, Caro, you are exactly right. I made like my riddle before I forgot about Jesse and Celine in the Before trilogy.
They probably would have been number one if they were on it.
Yeah, it was a little too late for me to like retrofit my riddle to them too. But yes, Jesse and Celine in the Before trilogy. Peggy will probably like strangle me because I still haven't watched those movies, and I told her I'd do it like years ago. But I couldn't go on without mentioning the two of them because yes, I was mad that I was like, shit, that was the other couple I should have been in there. But
Jesse and Celine, I think Ted and Samantha from Her would have been a really good one if they're on this.
Yeah, maybe. There's a lot to go through. Me and Nick were like, there are so many to do. Imagine TV, which you all might imagine.
Like you could literally do this the entire month.
Bro, you couldn't find one other black couple or one other couple of color. Like that's my only question. Like you couldn't find one other couple of color.
Here's the reason. Before I do this, and I'll make this quick. How many people have actually like seen? I mean, we could have done The Best Man. We could have done Brown Sugar. I would have loved it. But I don't know how many other people who I was gonna have.
Hey, the people would have forced your ass to watch it, which would have been worth.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Chance, you mentioned could have done the whole month of February. Y'all look out for whole summer for another version of this. But that comes later. Let's go to our number ones.
Thank you, Carol, Madison, Bianca. I was even thinking that.
Our number ones. Somebody kept Harry and Sally. Somebody kept Noah and Allie. Somebody kept Rocky and Adrian. And two people kept Q and Monica. And you know what? This is the first time. I'm not going to just yell at the first time because this was hard. I did keep Harry and Sally, but I have my reasons for that.
Yes.
Y'all go ahead. I will wait on this one because this is a very, very tough decision. And
all right, let me go first because all of you guys have been hating on Noah and Allie this whole time.
God damn, hey, for real?
The white girl picking the most white couple out of them all.
No, this movie
Let it be known.
No, this movie is for the hopeless romantics. Like these people, they love each other so much that they go through like thick and thin with each other.
This film is for the easily manipulated. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Like, yes,
I agree.
But the thing is, like, it's unconditional love. They
No,
go
I thought
they
this about
go through
conditions. I thought this about
a
law
relationship.
conditions.
A relationship is the good and the ugly, and they
It's just
embrace.
ugly though. There's no good.
No, what at the end when you at the end, like, you realize that like he goes and visits her every day because she has Alzheimer's, and he tries to make her remember, even if it's just for a second of the day. Like, it's just so. The movie is for the hopeless romantic, and they loved each other until the very end.
How
No matter
I
what.
Met Your Mother's for the hopeless
Because that's
romantic
all they
too.
know.
I
That's
can
literally
still admit it's
first
a
love, and they're
manipulative
just
as
holding
fuck.
on to that.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm okay with that because
But what about
if you're a bird, I'm
go
a
ahead
bird.
and, Paige. Just find James Marsden and just smack him in the face. Why don't you?
Hey,
Why don't
Chance,
you do that?
Chance, I got a question for you. Was this the one couple that you said that she had him higher than Q?
No, it was Jack and Rose. If she had them higher than Q.
Oh yeah, no.
Look,
I don't think they're a great movie couple at all.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to back it up too much, but I did have Noah and Allie at number 2 because I actually liked like the ending that they had and like the stuff that they were doing, and
Oh
I
my
didn't
God,
remember them
so
being
manipulative.
as
Your
toxic.
black card is just taking a real hit today.
Just like I remembered
the manipulation there.
I remembered like actually thinking, oh, they just have bad circumstances and they're making some stupid decisions. That is why Harry and Sally are literally my number 1, kind of head and shoulders above everybody else. Because yeah, they're similar to Q and Monica, but this is literally circumstances not letting it out. And the whole, how many people have wondered, can you be more than friends and then become love? You can't. But they were never, ever, ever like really toxic to each other. You talk about competitive. The banter that Harry and Sally have back and forth on equal levels is competitive and shit. And that's what I loved. I saw that movie and I was immediately enamored with how much shit they talk to each other.
I see that. I'm more mean like
that's
the
why
sports angle with Q and Monica.
I was fighting between those two couples, Q and Monica, and Harry and Sally, because they both had a really great foundation of friendship, very long-lasting kind of getting to know each other, understanding each other's vibes, and just knowing, okay, I know things that she's telling me that she probably wouldn't tell somebody that she's in a relationship with. So I know how she works. I know how he works. So for me, what put Monica and Q over them was just the fact that while they both kind of have the same friendship foundation, they actually had to go through something difficult and came out the other side, understanding each other a whole lot more, you know, getting over their resentment, their jealousy, their competitiveness, and were able to come out on top. Whereas Harry and Sally didn't really have anything to go through. It was just kind of a natural ease into a relationship. Yes. So because Q and Monica actually went through something and came out on the other side of that, really understanding each other better and getting over their bullshit, that's what put them over the top.
That's exactly what happened in the Notebook.
No, it's not.
No,
I couldn't have said it better myself. Like,
I will make it clear, Q and Monica are a beautiful love story, even with their bullshit, and that is very, very true. But keep on going.
But no, look, it's always hard when you're going through something, especially something as rocking as your father essentially cheating on your mom this entire time.
Your hero, and he's your hero.
Exactly. And it's always going to shake you to your core and make you do some really dumb shit. Like, and his dumb shit was he decided to start date or have a fling with the other sister from Best Man's Holiday, from the Best Man, whose name I can't remember at this point in time. Funny enough, like
was it good, or was it
Morris Chestnut's wife in the Best Man series?
I never remember her name.
Neil Long?
So damn.
No,
Calhoun.
Calhoun.
Yeah,
Something
Calhoun.
Monica Calhoun.
Either way, like, he did some dumb shit, broke up with her in the most fucked up way, and he even came around to realize it, and that's why he reached out all those times. It's not his fault she acted like she wasn't around. Like, that's not his fault. She needed her time to heal, and she got that. And when she was ready, he had moved on, or so he had thought.
And and in the mind space that he was in, he was seeing, like, you're choosing basketball over me, and that's how he was seeing it. Yeah. So
he should have known that, though, because he was also a college basketball player.
When you're going through something that hard, you don't think straight.
Think! You have to! You
He
can
did.
have
He
to.
reached
I'm
out.
sorry.
He
She's
reached out.
overpowering
He
your
called
logic.
her. She didn't answer his calls. He tried. He tried.
And she fucked up and he fucked up.
Mia,
And
thank you.
But
Thanks
it's
to
a
Mia
They
for-
overcame.
it's a beautiful.
Harry and Sally didn't go through anything, so they're just like,
No,
okay,
they-
yeah,
the-
we're cool, we're a couple.
The
You know,
biggest thing
we
is
gotta go
they
through
had
stuff
sex and he
kind of
he
stronger.
like didn't know how to handle it. Like that's the biggest struggle they went through.
I like love that doesn't have struggle. Like that just grows
And that's
naturally.
not
It is
real
so.
love. All real
Hello.
love has struggle.
Hello, I am in that marriage right now. Don't you give me that bullshit. Love you. It is beautiful. A beautiful fucking thing after being in a marriage that did not have that.
See,
Don't tell me that bullshit.
hey, you had to go through another marriage just to get to her. You still went through a personal struggle.
Both
I am
of
learning
them
so much about
have-
Rue tonight. I swear to God.
You
I'm
are.
learning so much about Rue.
Both of them have beautiful merit, and that's why I love Q and Monica. I just know which one is better. But yes, both have merit. Both are beautiful. I regret nothing. But I connect now with Harry and Sally, and I feel so damn great doing that. Chance, you're the only one who haven't spoken. I know DJ David Jadoyan is somewhere killing everybody about how much hate we're going on Rocky and Adrian. Just a little bit. You have them at number one. Why?
I do. I mean, they're at a decided advantage considering like they have multiple movies for their romance relationship to be explored, whereas like everyone else only has the one. But I do think that, and like, yeah, people will you'll mention like their relationship didn't start. It started weird. It started on a weird note, but it's not how you start; it's how you finish. And I think that when you see Rocky and Adrian, you see two people who just are willing to just do anything for each other. Like the motivation for Rocky at the entire franchise, it's not the belt. It's not beating Apollo Creed. It's not avenging Apollo Creed's death. It's not beating communism. I'm going a lot on Rocky 4, but I don't know. It's Adrian. Like everything he does for Adrian. That's for his family. Like that's, and look, you even see that after she's passed away in the Creed movies. Like he's still so devoted to Adrian. Like the restaurant's named after her. He goes to see her every single day. Like that's just the love you feel. You understand. You see it evolve. You see it grow over that franchise. And I think that, yeah, it's a bit of a disadvantage for the other couples who are only at one movie, but it still exists. Like you still have to see like you can't just like look at one picture. You got to look at the whole thing when you're talking about a relationship like this. And yeah, we look at the whole picture. Rocky and Adrian.
This is where I have to push back a little bit because the fact that they have multiple films to tell that story is part of the reason why I pushed them back a little bit, because I only had, for all of these other choices, one film to go based off.
You did, but like that's not their fault.
I know it's not their fault. But my point is, so ultimately, I went back and saw how the relationship started, and that relationship started in a really fucked up way.
Yeah, but
despite
again,
where it ended,
it's not how you start. Look, just ask Tom Brady.
And that's why they ended up as my number. It's why they ended up as my number 3. I still gave them credit for where they ended.
Just ask Patrick Mahomes who's playing Kyle Shanahan's team in the Super Bowl. It's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Exactly, and that's why I have Rocky and Adrian at number 2. I guess I'm just like a hopeless romantic because it's very similar.
That is so weird to hear coming from you. I'm just gonna say that is so weird to hear coming from you.
I think I am, even though I know yeah, you know.
We're learning a lot about a lot of us today.
We can talk.
Just a lot.
I think I am. Like deep down, I think I am. Well, at least maybe I just like watching hopeless romantics. I don't know what it is. Or maybe I'm not one. I just like watching one. But it's how they end up. Even when they start out, it's Rocky for both my number 1 and my number 2. But at the end, they find their path and they find this loving relationship, and that they would do anything for each other, and they want to be there with each other no matter what. And that's why I love Rocky and Adrian's relationship. Yeah, they have more than one film, but I guess we are lucky enough as like film watchers that we got to watch like this like loving romance through multiple films while also getting to see like a cool like boxing movie as well. Like you get a lot of it from those films, and that's like at its core is that relationship.
Well, Paige, finish up your thoughts. Any other thing you want to say about the list in general aside from your 1 and 2, and just more slander on Jack and Rose if you like.
Well, call me a basic white chick all you want. No, just call me a basic chick. Let's get colors out of this, even though I look pale as hell with my ring light right now. But no, Noah and Allie's relationship is unconditional love. Every time I watch The Notebook, I tear up. I love this movie. I remember the first time I ever watched it, I like just went through like, I don't know, I was probably in like 7th grade and I just went through like my first breakup and I just like bawled. I was like, why can't I find a Noah? Like, why can't I have this? And like, I think at the end of the day, everyone wants it. That wants.
You were in the 7th grade when The Notebook came out?
No, I don't know if I was, but that was like the first time I think I watched it.
Notebook was out when you were in the 7th grade?
Chance, it came out like 2002.
He is a baby.
No, 2006. I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
you're a
I'm
baby,
30.
dude.
Yeah, yes, I'm
you're a
older than
baby.
you.
Yeah,
you are a child. But no, the thing about this whole list is I do like everyone's relationship. Everyone has their ups and downs, I guess, in a sense, like which ones like I would obviously favor more, but they all have a good love story through and through, I guess you would say.
Matt, some
well,
of
besides, but Jack and Rose are another story, and Harry Met Sally a little.
I think we've all agreed Jack and Rose is not a good thing.
I haven't said anything about Jack and Ennis for my number 2. I just think that as far as Forbidden Love Story, I think that's maybe my favorite. I think that you have the circumstances and everything. But that's kind of what makes that movie really pop for me personally. I think that like you have these two souls who are just like drawn to each other because of like where they are and when they are. They just like they can't act on anything. And like a lot of arguments, a lot of lust. But like that's what happens when you try and like deny a part of yourself. Like it comes out in weird ways. And I think that, and like you see that to them. Like I do believe Jack and Ennis do love each other, but they have to
see that by the end.
Yeah. They have to deny a whole. And like the end where I kept that shirt. Like them denying that part of themselves. Like it makes them cantankerous, but like that's kind of the point. I think that movie. I think it was beautiful. One of the best love stories, the best romance movies I've ever seen. I love Brokeback Mountain.
And then just the rest of the list in general, sir. Final thoughts.
This one was tough. I'm glad that we were all basically in agreement on Titanic. We all had like the
none of us are big Titanic fans.
Which again, thank you all so much. We can all still be friends. Fantastic.
Matt, I called you Q. Just take it that you look like Omar Epps and be happy with it. But give us your final thoughts. You also had
Omar. That's a new one. I've always heard Lawrence Fishburne.
A little bit, kinda. Wait a second. We have it. I have it here. I just gotta get to it. He's still laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said my piece. I feel honored and shocked that Jeannine and I seem to have a very similar list and we were on the same wavelength. Because like she's someone I've looked up to for a while, so that's good. But it's just there's some fucked up relationships. That's all I really gotta say. There's a lot of fucked up relationships on this list.
Jeannine, you do have a very similar list. I think only like your number 4 is very different. You also have Harry and Sally at 2. But final thoughts on your 1, your 2, the list in general, and whether or not love can work for any of them.
I mean, they all had their moments. They all have these kind of sweet spots, I think. But some I think were stronger than others. And I love the kind of mix of these couples because they're all kind of unique. Some of them aren't like the super popular ones you'd go to. So I like that there was an interesting mix of couples that we were kind of working with. I mean, I just love Q and Monica. I like that they overcame something. I like that by the end of the film, the guy is letting her shine. He's letting his lady shine by the end, and he's super secure in that. And so I think that's what really
sitting
made
there with
them
their
stand
daughter.
out.
So
yes,
beautiful.
like look at
It's very cute. Very cute.
He's letting her shine and he has no insecurities about that. He's gotten over all of that. So that is kind of the winning formula for me. Harry and Sally, I love just kind of the friendship growth. I think they had the best kind of cleanest relationship of all these couples. I love how they got to know each other. Their banter, I think, was really fun and, gives them a level of understanding that these other couples didn't have. That's why I was really fighting between them and Monica and Q. But I'm happy with my list. No regrets. And these couples all need therapy.
They really, really.
Well, no. I contend that Jack and Rose need more, but not therapy. But yeah.
They needed something. But a quick
needed
recap
something.
just in
They need
case.
life jackets.
After all of that, I kept Harry and Sally. Paige kept Noah and Allie. Jeannine and Matt kept Q and Monica. And Chance kept Rocky and Adrian. And some of the lists in the chat. Thank y'all for joining us today. But some people in the chat, we had a pretty good mix of a lot of different ones. Nick was just standing Rocky and Adrian in that chat, had them at number 1, Harry and Sally at number 2, Q and Monica. The Jack and Rose slander just continues though. utterly continues. Jack and Rose at 4. Highest I saw was 4. Kiro had Harry and Sally at number 1 and Q and Monica at number 2. We keep it moving down. We also see Knox, thank you. Also having Q and Monica at number 4, making me feel better about my life.
Jack and Ennis number 1.
Number 1. Jack and Ennis number 1. So not that bad. Again, the Rose and Jack slander will never, ever die. But I want to thank
Make some room in the goddamn door, bitch.
Please. Want to thank Paige, want to thank Matt, want to thank Jeannine, and want to thank Chance. Now, usually at this point in time, you see my riddle. It usually comes. But good news and bad news. I'll go with the bad news first. One guy to stay is coming on a little hiatus. The good news is we're revamping a little bit. We're going to do something a little different. However, this version of the show is not going away. We will still have it. I got to find that comment. The chat keeps moving, but you know what? I won't look for it anymore because it's taking too long. Look out for summer and look out for something really similar to what we did here because you thought movie couples was hard. TV couples. And you're going to hear about the black folk. And you're going to know about some A Different World and other things like that. But again, for Paige, for Matt, for Jeannine, and for Chance, we are out of here.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.